You're fucking weird. How can he see me?
Hello and welcome to the Loose Butthole Reviews. I am your host Smokey, and joining with me as always is my co-host Spooge.
Hello.
And joining with us this returning review, we have our co-hosts Murda and Omi with us.
Sup?
Yo.
And I know that it's been a while since we did an actual review, so I'm
Been a while.
It's
Been a while.
It's actually a
Been
good thing that every review I give the 3 rules of our rating system, so you can't forget that the first rule is it must be a fraction of 5. 1 means we hate it, 5 means we love it. Rule number 2, if we are disappointed with the film and want our money back, we give it a good old Jeff Goldblum rating. And rule number 3, if we all agree that's doing the review that it deserves a 6 out of 5, a God tier, then it will get a God tier. And today we are reviewing Grandma's Boy from 2006.
Yeah. Been waiting for this.
Oh, and I was very excited about this until I started doing the research.
Uh-oh.
What does that
Oh.
mean?
There's nothing. There's absolutely fucking nothing.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. That's better than what I was thinking.
Yeah, I mean, nothing problematic.
I was gonna say, I was like, are
there's
we all
something
bad
we have to
people?
discuss. There is a little thing that
Uh-oh.
might been problematic, but I couldn't really gauge if it was problematic or not.
His name is Nick Swartzen. We all know he is.
Oh, did Nick Swartzen get canceled? I didn't know where he
No.
went.
No, I just don't think he's funny.
Oh, okay. Is that the problem? He's not funny.
He actually didn't. He phoned it in for the. He knew. I can get into this. This is the only bit of trivia that I could find, and that was because an interview he did. He knew that this was going to bomb, so he just signed on to take the writing credit. Just get the writing credit on his resume, and that's it. He didn't give a shit about it.
I think
That's
this
funny,
was
'cause
interesting.
that's the
Pretty-
funniest he's been.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was decently funny, and I think this was pretty early in his career, I
Oh yeah, it's
think.
super early. This was I think his second writing credit. That he
Well,
had.
he was wrong because this maybe it did tank. Okay, it tanked, but this movie is a fucking gem.
It did tank in the box office. We have to point that it was very successful when it on home release, like extremely successful.
Yes, so it tanked in the box office, but it says this film has made over 50 million in DVD sales.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember when it came out. Like, that's all anyone would ever talk about. Like, it's kind of like the waiting for like video game nerds.
Yes, and I
You-
own
if you've
I
ever
own
worked
this
a kitchen
DVD.
job, yeah, like everyone loved waiting, but like this is that.
This movie is better than Waiting. To
Is
me. Waiting is gross. Waiting's
I've never
a gross
seen
movie.
Waiting. I've never seen
I
it.
have opinions
It didn't
about
age
this.
well. It didn't. There's some gross parts of this movie that didn't age well, but Waiting in general did not age well. Take another watch in 2024.
For the record, I'm not defending waiting. I don't like waiting. I just don't think that this was better.
Oh, you're wrong.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Absolutely wrong. I love this movie. I'm a defender of this movie.
You were giggling all the way through.
I have never
I-
not laughed when I've
I-
seen this movie.
I'm on the fence because knowing what I know about the industry that this movie glorifies, it ruins it for me. Knowing that it's not like this. It's not so jovial. It's actually very frat boy, very nasty, like just a disgusting industry that they
But I
just-
think it was portrayed as pretty disgusting in the movie. Like, maybe not as problematic as it actually is, but like these dudes were gross. Like the way they were
Yeah.
speaking about women and stuff, they were disgusting.
Oh yeah.
And like the way they treated their female boss was pretty despicable, even the main guy.
Yeah, that's what I said was the most accurate to the gaming industry.
Yeah.
I I don't know. It just I feel that they played it off like, oh, it's more of a joking sense and not abuse. Like
I will say
Yeah, yeah.
that is in my final thoughts I will say more, but that is my least favorite part of this movie is the main romance makes no fucking sense.
That's
And that would not happen.
None.
that is that might have been written, that there might have been some, because I watched an interview with the lead actress, what, I forgot her name.
Linda Cardellini.
Linda, yes.
Linda
Cardellini.
Velma from Scooby-Doo.
Cardellini.
And Freaks and
yes.
Geeks.
She seemed quite uncomfortable during the interview when they brought up the makeout scene. Like, she did go, well, that's just part of the job, you know, you got to do it. But just her body, just that comment and just the way her body behavior and everything, I was like, that don't seem
No one
like she...
no one wanted to see them kiss and get together. I didn't. No one else did.
like, so...
But I mean, it's kind of the Adam Sandler thing of like, I will say Adam Sandler is a better looking and more charismatic like actor than Alan Covert. But like he always puts himself with like the smoking hotties that do not like are out of his league in his movies.
And he's also an
Adam
asshole.
Sandler's
too.
And he's also like a hugely
Yeah,
immature asshole and
I was
always
about
gets
to
the
say,
girl.
Adam Sandler's funnier. He's a lot funnier.
Yes.
He's much more
Definitely agree.
enduring.
He is, but he's still like a child. Like and getting especially I'm thinking mostly of like Billy Madison. That makes no sense. Like that romance makes absolutely no sense either.
Yes.
It is
Very shoehorned.
this is a Happy Madison trope of like this dumpy, like immature dude gets the smoking hottie.
It definitely seems it's definitely a forced interaction for sure from what the interview.
Yes.
Mel Gibson's stoner brother.
But yeah, like I said, there's really fucking nothing about like there's no major production notes or anything.
No
the
interesting production.
The writers were Barry Warnick, which he doesn't have a Wikipedia page. Alan Korvick and Nick Swartzen. Those were the writers. So that's also leads me to think that Alan was like, I want to kiss a hot chick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, this movie just kind of like feels like what happens when dad's away. Like they're just like, okay, we don't have Adam Sandler for this one. But we're just going to recruit all of his friends and we're just going to do the same jokes, but without the charismatic lead.
Yes. I do
And
agree.
that's how I felt the whole time. I was like, what is
Even with
happening
my
here?
love of this movie, I agree with you. Because I don't watch this movie for the main character. I like Dante is my favorite part of this movie. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I love the older women, the grandmas. They're great.
Yeah, they're great. They're really
Robot
great.
guy.
Robot guy is
I
great.
think he has done better work in other movies. Robot Guy is real good in Hatchet. But we're not doing a review on Hatchet. So
Robot Guy
save that.
We
is
should.
a classic role to me, and I still like his little parts. Like will just play in my head randomly.
The God video
Which I-
game
I-
designer that is JP deserves a fucking lot more respect than Robot Guy.
JP, that was his name.
And I must add, we did. We're not reviewing it to my knowledge, but we did immediately follow this movie up with Dodgeball.
Yes.
Nice.
And
he's the connection.
yes, he is the connection, and he had a shirt in that movie that said "I love robots."
Yes.
He's
It
also
all
really
comes
great
together.
in Dodgeball too.
Oh yeah.
Which, I mean, we're not reviewing that either. Maybe we should. But
Wait.
I mean,
Dodgeball
we-
2 or Dodgeball as well?
Dodgeball as well.
Okay, I was like, is there a sequel to Dodgeball?
There's gonna
It
be.
should be.
There's- gonna
Oh,
be.
it's not gonna be good.
No.
I
Probably
think
not, but I'm there
if
for
I'm
it.
not
I'm gonna watch it.
mistaken, if I'm not mistaken, the rumors are the alternate ending is going to be made canon. So
Hmm.
We did
There's-
discuss
What's the-
that ending is the better ending.
What's the alternate ending?
there's an alternate ending
The-
to Dodgeball. Yes.
Where
they lose.
the average Joes just lose, and then
Yeah.
it ends.
That's hysterical.
Yes.
it would have been much better. It would've been
And we
much
don't tack on the stupid like I'm bisexual, so I'm gonna kiss Vince Vaughn. Like no,
Yeah, that's
if
not how that works.
I refuse to believe a bisexual woman would go for Vince Vaughn.
Maybe she
6'9".
really liked foreheads, you know.
better. Hey,
We did-
you
we
mean
did
fucking
measure his
five
forehead.
heads.
His forehead is the same length as the rest of his face in that movie.
That would make, to be honest, five head is doing it. It's a fucking 8 head. You're right. It's double the
Yeah,
fucking.
yeah.
forehead.
he had those high and tight like 13-year-old goth girl bangs too. It was not helping.
Jesus Christ, we are just ripping into Vince Vaughn,
He's
who's not
fine.
even in this movie.
He's
He's doing
great
alright.
in serious movies. He's great in his serious roles. I will say.
He's in some very funny movies. He's just not the funny part.
No, he's
Yeah.
never funny. He's never the funny one.
First of the straight man.
The asshole straight man.
Yeah.
But
the
he's
constantly
unfortunately-
annoyed.
He's unfortunately not in Grandma's Boy that we should probably start talking about now.
Oh, yeah, Grandma's Boy, yes.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna be the one who likes this movie the best out of all of us. This is what I'm feeling here.
You had hope for me, and then I just came in hot, and now it's gone.
I didn't know Smokey was on the fence either. I thought we were all like, gunning for God here.
I might pull a surprise on you, but before we get into the plot, there is 2 notes of production. Principal photography was in Los Angeles Center Studios. Big surprise. So that probably means also like the other areas like was the surrounding Angeles area. And
Yeah.
the game developer Terminal Reality that is best
Oh, they did
known-
Blood Rain.
Yeah, they do Blood Rain. Yeah, they are best known for Blood Rain, was involved in the film's production, lending footage to promote their game Demonic. Although the game was canceled before the film's release, the footage remained in the
Damn.
final cut. Which
It didn't look like an amazing game.
Xbox definitely would have canceled that. That definitely was pre-alpha. If that was the control, I know for a fact the control scheme is probably why Xbox canceled the video game. You can't. That is Xbox had a mandatory R shoot, L for grenade type.
I mean, I feel like they could have changed it.
Developers can be nitpicky sometimes, and their art. Oh, it requires this control scheme for some reason.
They
I
didn't
can't get into.
reskin it or anything because it just looked so similar to some. I couldn't put my finger on it, but it looks similar to something that I have played.
I
Right,
thought it
so like
kind
I was
of
wondering if they had
was.
reskinned it and turned it into something else later,
I
but I
thought
couldn't find anything online about that.
I thought it was just stolen. I thought it was just assets from a game called Unreal Championship that was on the Xbox. That's what it looked like to me.
Okay.
But
To me, it looked like those games that you'd pick up on discount at GameStop and like never heard of.
You play it for like a level and can't figure out how to beat it.
And you're just like, fuck this shit.
Oh yeah.
It definitely
up a
would
lot
not
of those.
have been like the name alone, demonic. It's just stupid.
That's a pretty cool name, especially for the time, because it'd be like fucking demonic, hell yeah, and then your mom would be like, "Oh no, you ain't getting a game called demonic," and then that makes you want it more.
Nah, not the
Yeah,
spelling.
I'm getting
Not how they spelled it.
demonic.
Our mom wouldn't have wanted us to have this one. She didn't like games where you killed people, and she doesn't like demons. So
That's
But you were killing
been-
drug
That's
dealers.
two.
The
I
security
like
guard.
when he's yeah, we're just like you're killing drug dealers, and it's like clearly a security guard.
But yeah.
You want to hit the plot?
Yeah, we can finally get into the plot. This movie opens up with Alex, who, according to Wikipedia, is a single 35-year-old video game tester.
This bitch ain't 35.
This
bitch is in his 40s.
Fuck no.
This guy's a hard 35.
He smoked
But a soft
a
72.
lot of cigarette. I mean, he chain smoked carts.
Spooge and I said he's Mel Gibson's younger brother, but he somehow looks older.
But he lives with his friend Josh. But his Josh has been wasting. God damn it! This fucking. All right, so he lives with his buddy Josh, and they go smoking pot, playing video games.
Who I do have to say is played by Jonathan Loughran, and he is in like almost every Happy Madison movie.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can't
yeah.
have. There are some actors in this you can't have.
So is Dante. So is Dante. So is Alan Covert in almost every Happy
Every
Madison
single
movie.
one.
And Rob Schneider.
It's
Yes,
it's
and
not-
Rob Schneider.
It's and David Spade.
And Swartzen. Swartzen? Yes.
Is he as? I don't think he's in quite as many. I don't
No,
think
he's like
This is free,
he's
right?
like a later guy, but he's like in all of them now.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, these are essential for your Happy Madison movies. These guys will be popping up in the plot. But Rob Schneider comes in. Actually, he plays Yuri, their landlord, and they are evicting him because Josh has been getting a lot of Filipino massages.
Sex workers,
Yeah.
which they do not say sex workers in this movie. They say hookers.
He's a hooker.
You're
You're a hooker.
You're a hooker.
I think what made that scene really funny was the fact that the guy got offended was like about about to kick his ass for it.
And that line, "You're a hooker," like its delivery, like I could hear Adam Sandler yelling that as well. It's a very
Oh,
Adam
yeah.
Sandler line.
But they get evicted, and Rob Schneider breaks their bong, which is very not cool. Not cool of Yuri to do. That should have been a whole year's rent right there, But nobody cares about stoner etiquette sometimes. So
Mhm.
Alex is
It's a goddamn
forced.
time.
Alex is forced to go try to live with his
Nick Swartzen.
well, yeah, oh yeah.
He
This is out of
spends the
sync.
night.
He goes to spend the night with Nick Swartzen's character.
We
Where-
can't gloss over this scene. It's very important to the plot.
where his character has some very I'm gonna say teenage urges, because he does a very like desperate teenager move, like I need to get one out, but there's no access to nothing but a fucking doll. So I'm
A Laura
I'm-
Croft
I'm-
doll.
A
Laura
Barbie
Croft.
dressed as Lara Croft.
Yes.
So he goes into the bathroom and proceeds to do the teenager act of ejaculating. When I'm trying to keep it safe for YouTube.
I don't know if that made it safer.
I don't know if teenager ejaculation is gonna be the safe for YouTube thing.
He's
I think
a
we should say
35-year-old
ejaculation
man.
one more time.
And teenager.
Yes.
But yes, this 35-year-old man acts like a prepubescent child.
Prepubescent. It's even worse.
That's why I stopped.
The man who's getting the business done. The man who's getting the business done in the bathroom. All right?
Yeah, he is just American pieing this whole scene.
And Nick Swartzen's roommate and / mother walks in, and for some reason
She comes all the
proceeds
way
to-
in.
Yeah, she comes all the way in, but I'm not blaming her. She did nothing wrong. Why in the fuck did he do a goddamn 180 turn?
Because somebody was walking in.
Like, what did you do? Fucking, you
I'm just
put
saying
it
that
in the pants.
moment, when you're
You
in the
put it
moment,
in- you
you
put
turn
it in
around
the-
and you...
You put it in no. You put it in the pants.
She comes all the way in,
You
opens
put
the
it.
door and comes
Oh
in.
my god, no! There is no excuse. The first move should have been put it in the pants, not turn around full 180 with your cock out.
I'm just saying
Maybe people should knock on bathroom doors.
I'm not fully saying that's what he should have done,
I'm
but
not
I can
even-
see you're in the
are-
moment, you
Did she even?
you
did
got
she
Laura
even
Croft
know-
at the point. You're look. No, let me
Did
finish.
she even
You
know
got Laura Croft
he was
right in
in
front
the
of
house?
you. Yeah, she did.
I'm sure she did.
Yeah,
even
it seemed like
invited
she
him back.
did.
Her son does not do anything that she doesn't
yeah.
know of.
Oh yeah, you probably had to get permission for him to stay over. Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's,
and she said that he could stay. She said that he could stay too. I'm suspicious of her. I
Yeah,
think
shout out to your motives.
I think that was the spiciest thing that's happened in that house in a long time. She came all the way in. She's like saying, "Oh no, you could stay," you know.
Which,
like a little awkward.
you know,
but-
Fun-
maybe.
Fun.
Maybe I will give the benefit of that. Maybe she was hoping that it wasn't going to be such an abrupt moment, and she can join in and have some adulterer affairs with this
With this hot, sexy guy.
yeah, that is staying in her grown son's bedroom. I'm sleeping on. Is he sleeping on the orca? Or is or am I confusing this?
It's like
with
a
a
little
different-
like a pool bed. What are they called? Like a floaty bed.
Yeah, it's shaped like an
Like-
orca, correct?
Like a waterbed?
No, not a water bed, but like a bed that the inflatable beds that float in the pool.
Yeah. shaped
Oh,
like-
okay, I got you. Yeah.
that is what he's sleeping on. I'm not confusing this with
Yes.
a different movie, right? And it's
He's
shaped
sleeping
like
on
a-
the. I don't remember.
It's
I
just a
remember either.
dolphin that's had too
feel
much
like
to eat.
No, you shouldn't. You
it
should have
might
definitely
be
locked the door.
We're not talking about what shape of the float. What was the shape of the fucking float?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. We didn't spend a lot of time there. And there was a more memorable scene after.
God dang
A
it.
more memorable
It's a floaty.
scene that was fun fact featured in Watch Mojo's top 10 hilarious movie masturbation scenes. Do y'all want to watch that compilation together?
Why are we not reviewing that?
I want to
What
know
the
where
fuck
does
are we
it place?
doing?
There might be spoilers.
What's
Hey,
the funniest
yeah, no,
one?
spoilers. It's fucking spoiler. Watch Mojo definitely gonna spoil. Watch Mojo also sucks because they're gonna have a robot voice.
Well, this one is
This
2014.
one has the robot voice as well. The form of JP.
Hey, but we're jumping a little ahead. So after this unfortunate encounter of Alex shooting his man juice all over Nick Swartzen's
While
mother.
screaming, I can't stop coming.
YouTube is gonna have a field day with us.
We already had a video taken down because I put the subtitle that as Pizzagate featuring Banner.
Oh, don't say it again.
Oh, this one's getting banned now. That's the only one that they ever actually care about.
That was two separate words, YouTube. That wasn't a single word.
Yeah, I was just opening the gate
I'm
for
not
the
putting
pizza
it.
man.
I'm not gonna put it in. It's because I put it in the title. I put it in the title of the video.
So don't put teenage ejaculation in the
Ejaculation.
title.
No,
Yes.
no.
So
Or I can't stop coming. Don't do that either.
after
Or the
this-
word prepubescent. Don't.
after this unfortunate encounter, he goes to his dealer, Dante, played by Peter Dante.
Best character in the movie.
Yes,
Really
but
is.
he cannot stay at Dante's because Dante is adopting a lion, and that's
And he's got a business to run too.
yeah that ain't gonna happen. So he is forced to go to his grandmother Lily's house and her two energetic friends. Is it B or Bay?
B.
Probably B.
B and Grace. And they are played by Doris Roberts, who people will probably know from
Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yes.
Oh yeah, she was a mom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Shirley Jones, who played in musical films such as Oklahoma in 1955 and Carousel in 1956, and The Music Man in 1962.
She was great.
And Bay was played by Shirley Knight Hopkins, who is probably best known for The Sweet Bird of Youth from 1962.
I don't know that movie at all.
She was
Yeah.
also in The Dark at the Top of the Stairs from 1960.
Sounds interesting.
Probably a lot of movies we don't know because it wasn't really in our time.
But yes, he goes to live with his grandmother, which Wikipedia, is the chore scene after this, or doesn't he go to work? Like, isn't there interments of him going to work between these scenes?
Yeah, it's like in the montage of him doing chores and trying
Yeah.
to go to work.
But yeah,
And then preventing him from working on his game.
Which I also have to say, like, this house was really cool. Like, it looked cool on the outside and the inside. And I guess it seems like this house was the same house that was in Charmed.
Hmm.
Like
Kind
it
of
was
looked familiar.
a farmed house.
I'm trying to find. Y'all can talk while I try to find this little piece of trivia.
Well, as
Oh,
Alex is given many chores and fix-up projects to do around the house, this. Okay, I'm gonna just read this fucking sentence, and y'all tell me how fucked up this sentence is. Alex is given many chores and fixed-up projects to do around the house, but has a hard time completing them because his grandmother and his friends are constant distraction. Like why do that?
Wait, what?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm confused as what did you just say?
Alex, why is that sentence so long when that it's fucking you? Never mind. I'm high. Someone has
Don't
to
let
take over the
YouTube know
plot.
that. No.
High in life.
Okay, this is also like this is like two trivias in one, but I'm just gonna read the whole thing. When Grandma Lily is outside gardening, Samantha pulls up in Kelvin Yu's car. I don't know why they put this in the same one. Lily turns to talk to Samantha, and the house behind her is the same house used as the manor in Charmed. So no, it's a house that was in this shot, not
Oh,
the
okay.
house.
Oh.
You can also see Grandma Lily's house in Charmed.
Oh, cool. Hey,
So
canon.
it is not the Charmed house, but it is in the neighborhood.
I mean,
And
that's kind of cool.
that is cool.
I mean, you could make them canon. There's nothing that goes against that.
Yeah, they're living in the same universe as Charmed.
Yeah.
Maybe all the like cats under the couch came from there.
Oh no. But yeah, someone's gonna have to take over the plot because I have lost it.
I don't have it pulled up. You're doing fine. That sentence you just said made no sense, but that doesn't mean you weren't doing well.
I'm
You're
just
good.
Wikipedia.
Okay.
That was, I mean, some of these like
So
why did
I
it
was
have
correct. It was
the
a
thing
bad
about the
sentence.
car?
It was
Yeah, it was a bad sentence,
Okay.
just like the one I just read was not a well constructed sentence.
Okay, so he
Although the car thing, there is another little trivia thing. It says the car that Kane drove is a heavily modified Toyota Supra, the exact car he drove and was featured in the beginning of Too Fast, Too Furious. That's
Shit.
that's an interesting thing. I don't know why they like tacked on half of that in the other trivia. All these people are high. All these Grandma's Boy fans.
It makes sense.
Yes, he also finds it hard to get any work done after borrowing an illegal cable box from Dante so that he can get cable TV. Alex discovered that the three women have a fascination with the television program Antiques Roadshow, and is later able to get some work finished by giving them tickets to attend a taping of the show. I feel like that happens a little bit later on in the movie.
Yeah, it does. That's okay.
But at work, Alex meets the beautiful Samantha, who is played by Linda Cardellini.
Yes.
Cardellini. Mamma mia.
Mamma mia.
Mamma mia.
Who is also played Smokey's favorite character, Velma.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Although,
in that movie,
the much better version of
Yeah,
Velma.
that is my favorite version of Velma. You are very, very fucking correct. Like, she made Velma hot. She didn't ruin Velma.
I think Pornhub made Velma hot, but okay.
Whoa. Oh, I beg to differ. I definitely say she is the hottest Velma, but okay.
Hey, when I was a kid, she started hot.
I'm willing to bet most porn parodies come from that like early 2000s Scooby Doo movie.
Oh, they have.
But yeah, she has been sent by the company's corporate office to oversee the project of a new video game that they never go into. There are like 3 video games being in development, which a video game company would not allow. Like, if they found out that JP and Alex was wasting time on personal projects over an in-house project while they're in crunch period, it doesn't matter how good this is what I'm talking about right here. The glorification, like the job secure, like all of these people, like the second corporate, that the second Samantha sees all of these people wasting time, she is allowed to fight. Like, she would let them go. Like, there
Aren't
is
they all
no.
working to finish JP's latest game?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
JP's also working
Yeah.
on
Because
another game.
he's like the Wonder Kid, right?
He's working on a separate game where he's a self-insert, though.
Yeah, he kind of like is working on his own thing, but they're finishing like his latest one. Is it the Eternal Death Slayer?
Yeah. It is JP is the head of the current project, but he is also they show him, they show a screenshot.
Yeah,
of
he's
him
fucking around with the new game.
Yeah, with his own video game, and that wouldn't be allowed. Like, even
And
if
so
you are the
is
head developer.
Alex.
Yeah, though that
But
definitely
Alex
would
is
have been
keeping
a big
his
no-no, 'cause
But Alex
not
kept his secret though.
true, but they're stealing company resources in the process of doing this. So they would have definitely, at the
Sure.
second Samantha found out about them, it wouldn't have been good. And again, like
But
I said, all of
Samantha
them.
can't help but be in love with Alex.
Yes, I know.
Because he's so
They
charming.
glorify. They
So
glorified
charming
the
and
job.
hot.
They glorified the job safety
And not in the Matrix.
of the video game industry. But I just want to point out that in real life, these scenarios that's happening in the video game is a one-time deal, unless you're corporate, unless you are
I mean,
CEO.
I also would hope in real life she would fire them for being blatantly like sexually harassing her as well. Like everybody.
Unfortunately, what would have happened in real life is a male higher up that is buddy with all the peons would have found out and would have just transferred the people to a different division so they could.
I don't know. I feel
Sexually
like
harass
Mr.
a
Cheezel.
Well, Mr.
I feel like Mr. Cheezel wouldn't like that.
Again, this is more glorification of the fucking video. Mr. Cheezel is not. That is not how.
Mr. Cheezel is hotter than Alex.
100% agree.
I had a
I'm-
sex dream about Kevin Nealon one time.
I'm glad this is all
Twice.
coming. This is my problem with this movie. This is the only
Summer sex
none
dream?
of this. None of this.
And it just used that name.
She
No one
watched
heard
too much
it.
Weeds.
Alright.
I don't know if it came before or after Weeds. I don't remember the timeline. I just remember being very surprised.
I just remember the time when we were watching a lot of Weeds.
We did we like binged Weeds for quite a while. It could have come from that.
But I think that's usually when this happens. These like community characters.
I've ran through all the community characters in my dreams.
All of them?
No, not all of them.
Gonna say Chevy Chase.
No.
Nah.
But yeah, to get back to the plot, I guess. Where was I? Okay, to oversee the project, Alex and Samantha apparently hit it off, but the only person in the way of their relationship is the creator of the game they are all working on, JP. That is a lie. That's
It is a lie.
He is not in the way. He is. In fact, he is. To be honest, he is probably the reason why Samantha sees Alex as hot.
Yeah, like if
As like
we're
a viable
comparing,
option.
exactly. Although I feel like Alex is just as bad.
Yeah.
Like just with his
Kinda.
sexual advances and like flirting. Like he's
I mean, less
not
leather.
as like
But
weird
he's-
about it.
He's not being a nerd. He's not being a fucking nerd. Okay.
Or maybe like,
Which is
like
the
showing
real
maybe
loss
some
here.
He's not
type of, like,
pretending to
mental
be
issues
a robot. Yeah.
that it seems like he can't control.
He doesn't have robot ticks.
I think that's more of
Illusion.
a Tourette's issue, to be honest. But
We needed a better HR in this company.
Yeah, for a lot of people.
But JP is a self-proclaimed genius who is obsessed with video games and who has a crush on Samantha. Samantha is not interested in JP and declines his constant advances.
Fucking wild.
Meanwhile, in attempt to sound cool to his younger co-workers, Alex says he is living with 3 hot babes. Alex's friends believe the lie and actually think the reason he is tired every day at work is because he is living with 3 women who constantly wear him out in the bedroom. The real cause of his fatigue is because he stays up late at night working on his own video game called Demonic, which has been developing in secret for some time. Lily asked about the game one night, and he teaches her to play it. To his surprise, she becomes quite good at it and beats many levels, which I kind of call bullshit on. I've seen many. My parents can't even fucking hold a controller.
She was just a natural talent.
Like, it just seems a little unrealistic how natural it was.
There could be. I mean, it's still possible. It was just
He
like
made a
savant.
user-friendly game.
Maybe it was a user-friendly game.
He's just really good at
But
video
this ain't
games, man.
This
Yeah.
ain't no fucking Wii. We ain't talking about a Wii.
But we had to have this because it's actually important to the plot later.
Yes, it's
Yes.
it's integral to the plot that someone knows the video game. But getting ahead of myself, I wanted to say Alex's co-workers are played by Jonah Hill.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Calvin,
Baby Jonah Hill.
Calvin I do not know how to pronounce his last name, unfortunately. It's YU. So Calvin Yu, and
Nick
Nick
Swartz.
Swartzen. And there was another one, right? I feel there was.
Was
Oh yeah,
there?
the other guy. Unless you already said his name.
Scott.
He was the one
no.
that kept being like, "I want to fucking die."
No, that's Kane.
Okay, that's
That's
Kane.
Calvin.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Kelvin Yu.
But there's
Yes.
also Bobby, Scott Halbert.
Oh, his face is not popping up in my mind.
I think he's
Oh,
the
that's
one
the
he competed against Nick Swartz at the Dance Revolution.
Okay, so he wasn't part
Okay,
of the main
we
group.
see him a lot less.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was just the three main friends then.
Who are just like, even if they think this is what is happening, that Alex is like up all night just banging, they shouldn't be okay with this. He's not getting his work done.
And
I mean, they get a little revenge.
it's a very big surprise that they even allow Alex to leave the office. Like, they're allowing them to leave. They're in crunch, and they're allowed to leave the video game office. Another
And
glorification.
he's irresponsible because like when he does have time, he's working on his own game. He's not doing his levels for
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
his project.
Like,
He's a bad employee.
yeah, he would
He's a
definitely
bad
get-
employee. He's old. He's ugly. What else we got?
Like I said, this is
Mean.
complete glorification of the video game industry. This is not how it is. This is not how it runs. I gotta.
I mean,
just a
maybe
second.
do we need to pause?
Oh, he's got some background noise.
Oh. Well, maybe okay.
Good.
Maybe at the end of this, Alex gets fired, and that's how he becomes Happy Gilmore's homeless golf caddy.
Oh shit.
And then he eventually gets like a head injury and becomes 10-second Tom.
And then he works in Mr. Deeds as one of the other reporters. And I'm
Like in
trying
the
to think of
floor.
what else. I know he's in Waterboy. What does he do in Waterboy?
I don't remember him in Waterboy.
I know he was in there. I know the big guy that loved the hookers was one of the football players, and so was Dante.
I remember him in Wedding Singer. He was
Yes,
like
yes,
the friend with the Michael Jackson jacket.
yeah.
It's a rad jacket.
It's crazy seeing Jonah Hill like compared to now. So that's just how young, and also that's probably him at his heaviest, right?
Maybe I
Oh,
think he was
yeah, I
heavier
think
in
so.
Super Bad. Maybe.
Oh yeah.
He's. This is a weird
He's
tangent
just-
we're getting on, but he's really big in Accepted.
Yes. Yeah.
I didn't watch that one.
I vaguely remember it. Is it a Justin Long movie?
It is.
Before Justin Long got real hot.
I agree.
All right.
We watched him in
so-
Dodgeball, and he wasn't hot yet.
Nah.
Yeah, man, he needed that weird mustache with a gap in it.
Yeah, he needed.
He was popping that butt out though.
I didn't say he didn't have a nice ass. I just said he wasn't hot. You don't have to be hot to have a nice ass.
Yeah.
Just like I'm writhing there when he gets hit with a wrench.
Yeah. Which Superbad was after this movie, I think. So hadn't really
Yeah, this was,
broken out yet.
Mhm.
This was 2006, right?
Yeah, Superbad was 2007.
Is this like Jonah Hill's debut?
No, I
no,
think that
his
might have.
first movie was 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh wow, I didn't know that was before. I thought that was the later movie. For some reason.
No,
Nah,
he
that's 2000. I'm back. That's 2000. That's 2005.
Dang.
So he had he was like pumping out movies like year after year during this time, but I think he really broke out in Superbad.
Mhm.
And now he's over here telling his girlfriend she can't surf.
yeah, because she might.
She
fuck
might
every
be in a big.
surfer. I don't know
She
what
might be in a
happened.
bikini in front of other surfers.
Oh yeah.
But he didn't really get canceled. I mean, we just know
Just
he's
the
kind of
one
weird and
side.
creepy. But
It's kind of weird. I mean, it's most of Hollywood.
he's still,
Gotta wait till they do something criminal.
yeah. He didn't
But
force himself on anybody.
to
Yeah.
get back to the plot, after Alex and his co-workers finish successfully testing Eternal Death Slayer 3, their boss, Mr. Cheezel, tells Samantha to take the boys out to a vegan restaurant where we meet David Spade's character, Shiloh.
Very small
trying to-
character. Cameo.
Just trying to do his goddamn job.
They just trying to do his goddamn job. This fucking group, they roll up in this vegan restaurant and just are rude as fuck. Like,
So if I go, hey, everything's vegan for some reason.
everything's vegan, it's trash. We
They
hate
make-
everything. You're a
they-
piece of shit.
They make fun of the restaurant and their waiter, Shiloh, when they arrive, and then leave to a burger shop.
They go to insult the vegans and then go, haha, Shiloh, you're gay. And then leave.
It's all right. Shiloh gets some good ones on them,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he does.
He
which
ready
was
for it.
like all improvised by David Spade, and which happened on the very last day of shooting. David Spade just showed up and was Shiloh.
Hell yeah.
And was like making everybody just die laughing with that role.
Hell yeah.
Alright, so.
Justice for
when-
Shiloh.
Justice for Shiloh.
When Jeff has to use the bathroom and refuses to use the one in the restaurant, Alex is forced to take everyone to his house. Alex comes home to find Lily, Grace, and Bee drunk all.
Oh, all of
Alex
his pot.
Alex comes home to find that Lily, Grace, and Bee drank all of his pot, which they thought was tea. When Samantha admits to smoking weed too, Alex calls up Dante and throws a wild party.
Which like also like made me, Linda Cardellini is great, but like the acting that they made her do in this movie was pretty cringe. Like,
Oh, yeah.
of
I'm
the
one of the
like,
guys now.
I'm one of the guys. I can hang and smoke weed. Please love me, hot man. That is just worthless.
The dream.
Yeah.
I gotta say, Murda, you're not making this movie look good.
I am acknowledging the flaws in this gem.
In this
What-
in this gem.
In this
You're
gem,
killing the coal a little bit.
every gem can have a flaw in it. We can't all be the clear diamonds, okay?
Mhm. Yeah.
We
I
can't
just,
all
you
be
know-
the Alex.
I get what you're
I'm-
saying.
I'm not trying to pretend that this movie doesn't have its faults.
So, during the party, the group prank calls JP and leaves him a voicemail that makes fun of him about wanting to be a robot. JP is upset by the message and shows up at Lily's house a couple of nights later in tears, feeding. Whoa, we missed
We
it.
skipped.
Whoa, we skipped something.
We skipped over this whole party too, which seemed like a sick party.
Oh, it does. There's only one scene that I can ever remember because it.
The titty
It's-
sucking?
Yeah. It's for 24 hours.
Yeah, Jonah Hill sucking on his first titty.
I wonder if that was a prank. I wonder if, like, if they.
There's one shot where like he's doing that and you can see the lady starting to like laugh.
I just wonder if the director is like fucking with them, just like making him stay longer than he actually needed to.
I think it's while she's like eating a bowl of cereal while he's still
Yeah.
going, and then she
Yeah.
like you can see her break and start laughing.
I can't find the credit of who that actress is, by the way.
She was a trooper.
I wouldn't be surprised if, maybe like Port or something to have to have the humor for that.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. But I just want to give the credit. She deserves the credit.
She does deserve credit for that.
But yeah, they do some karaoke too, which is very cringe. I ain't saying
I like
karaoke is
the
cringe.
whole.
I'm saying the karaoke they do is
Oh.
cringe. I'm not saying karaoke is cringe. I'm saying
I was about to
saying-
say you're about to start a whole war here.
Yeah, I mean, you got some
Karaoke-
karaoke lovers in this group.
karaoke is
Big
not
time.
cringe. I'm making sure I'm clarifying the karaoke that they do, that the kind, because they're not just doing they're doing flirting karaoke. They're singing, they have Linda fucking sing a song to Alex's character, for crying out loud.
I
And
thought
vice
this was
versa.
the most endearing that she was in the film.
If she was singing,
You can tell,
if
like,
she
she
was
pulled
doing
out that move of
karaoke,
like trying to lick her own titty, like very small breast. Like, you could tell that was her. She came up with that.
Yeah, I just saw it as her getting drunk and getting down on the karaoke.
Same. Maybe she was trying to impress the bikers and not Alex.
maybe I just not into the songs that they chose.
I think that there was only wasn't there only one, or did somebody else sing?
They
Yeah,
almost
like,
everybody
can't
got
remember
it.
the song.
Almost everybody got a shot of karaoke.
I mean,
Oh.
we can't all beat the karaoke scene from The Cable Guy,
True.
No, that's the best.
Too good.
top tier.
And the fact that they refuse that they tease it because they have it like on Spotify, but you can't listen to it like the full because it's like an actual full version. It pisses me off every time.
All right, is there anything else for the party, or should I keep going?
I mean, the party scene was overall like an awesome scene. I
Alright.
like the part where like the nerd guy is like trying to harsh Grandma Lily's buzz, and like the biker's like, "Sucks to be you." It made me laugh.
All right, and so.
Also, we have to say, I mean, it's not important, but what's his name? Nick Swartzen
Oh yeah, B.
and B hook up
Is it
during
B?
this
It's
party
not,
too.
It's not B. It's Grace.
Grace.
Yeah, Grace.
It's Grace.
The
Which
sassy
she
one.
talked about it. Yeah, she has like all the historical people.
All
that
her,
she's, like, fucked.
all her lovers, her hundreds of lovers.
Unfortunately, if he was hooking up with B, he'd have to go to jail. For sure.
Yes,
Charlie
not
Chaplin?
B, Grace.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Charlie Chaplin
That-
was one of the people that Grace admitted to sleeping with.
or giving a hand job too. Yeah,
Oh, giving a handy, yeah.
and
That,
that is one of my favorite Nick Swartzen lines in there. Was he silent?
Yes.
All right, that was pretty good.
All right, so we are now at the JP gets upset about the message and shows up at Lily's house a couple of nights later in tears, feeling bad for him. Alex agrees to let him borrow his only copy of Demonic, which is the dumbest fucking move ever.
Yeah, this
and
was a
test it
stupid
out
move.
for a few days.
And make sure to tell JP that no one else knows that I've been working on this game. No one else has a copy of it. This is the only copy. Like, he's a fucking dumbass.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they both should be fired. I've went over it, but let's move on. So, in retaliation for Alex making his life miserable and having become accustomed to stealing other ideas, JP steals the game and tries to pass it off as his own work, which would get him fired.
Damn.
But Mr. Cheezel does not believe Alex when he insists the game is his, since it was his only copy. His friends call Lily to the office because she has mastered the game already. She plays JP and wins to prove it belongs to Alex. And just the fact that she knows how to play the game should have been proof enough.
Agree. There didn't need to be a contest. I feel like she could have just been like, oh, this happens and this
Like,
happens and this happens.
The climax was completely cringe. Like, it's supposed to be this epic esport moment. Oh, grandma versus pro. Oh, who's gonna win? Oh, it's so epic. And esports so cool. And it just highlights, like, esports just needs... Nah, it's never gonna... It just doesn't work. Nobody, like, you can't sell it. You can't sell it.
I don't disagree. This is, it's a flawed gem.
That's not against the movie at all. I'm not holding that against that. Esports is just not a sellable product.
No, I think it's doing okay now.
I know most teams are still not making any money, so...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, usually they do that from streaming
like
stuff. Is where they
actively
get the actual money.
actively hemorrhaging. It's a dying industry. But after that, JP does get fired by Mr. Cheezel, while Alex is vindicated and creates a successful game. Alex and Samantha starts dating, and it's a happily ever after. None of this would have fucking happened. Demonic would have been scrapped. They would have thrown it out the fucking window. They would have been like, you stole our assets, you stole our company time. You're not even supposed to be leaving the office. We're in crunch. What are you doing? There is a fucking 60-hour work week. We need 60 hours straight. You can sleep for an hour a day. You can do that. You can do it. We believe in you. Crunch. And Samantha would have been way more
But then
sexually
the
abused.
real ending of
There
the
would have
movie
been a
is
cop.
when they're like,
Mr. Cheezel.
they're all smoking. They're all
Mr.
smoking Dante's weed.
Mr. Cheezel
Oh,
is
yeah.
cool until he invites us to the Cosby Suite. That's all I'm saying.
No, Mr. Cheezel is not inviting anyone to the Cosby Suite. He wouldn't do this. We also learned that Dante is also his hookup.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
everyone's got the same hookup.
Well, there's
Get
only
that
one
shit
guy
that gives
there.
you
It's
antlers.
not-
But yes,
Turn you into an antelope.
there is some release information that we did not really go into in depth. Grandma's Boys opened theatrically on January 6th, 2000. Oh, that explains it. It's a January movie. Okay.
Oh yeah, those are
All right.
destined to fail.
Yeah. Yeah. So it earned 3 million. In the 3,009,341 dollars in its opening week, ranking 13th in the domestic box office among the weekend's newcomers. The film ended its run 7 weeks later on February 23rd, having grossed $6,090,172 domestically and 476,105.
So I think their
internationally.
budget was $5 million, so they didn't do well.
Yeah, January movies are that's all that's them releasing it in January lets the people that know how the movie's schedule works. That
But
it was that they knew it was gonna fail. They had no hope for it whatsoever. So there's just like, let's release it. That's usually how It's like January. I want to say through Marchish. Like if you release a movie through that time span, you're basically saying
Kinda,
this
yeah.
is a shit movie. Just,
In between Christmas and like spring break is like the dead zone.
yeah.
Like what you want is like those just that December slot when everyone's actually going to the movie theaters.
or like a summer movie.
Yeah, summer blockbuster.
But I feel like we can call this film a cult classic because of how successful it actually was after the fact.
It was extremely
Yeah.
Oh,
successful
100%.
in Wikipedia says 35 million in DVD
IMDb
sales.
says 50. It could just be updated.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I do not know. In December 2022, interview with Stiff Sock podcast, Nick Swanson tells.
Stiff sock.
Yeah, it's by a couple of comedic YouTubers. I can't remember off the top of my head. But Nick Swartzen tells of he and Adam Sandler meeting then the CEO of Blockbuster in the late 2010s, who told them that Grandma's Boy was one of their most stolen movies of all time because nobody returned the movie ever.
That's pretty awesome.
The audience you get.
Your boy. Hey, it's stoner, probably a shit ton of stoners. They didn't remember.
Yeah, it was. Maybe 75% of those weren't on purpose.
I feel like this movie is a stoner classic.
But
In my life, it is.
Since we are getting into the reception, let's see what Rotten Tomatoes has to say.
I do not trust Rotten Tomatoes.
We don't either. That's why we check it now.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes, critically, fucking 15%.
Yep.
The
I
audience,
mean-
They don't know.
The audience, 85%.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. That's what the audience is. Who knows?
Sometimes the
But
audience doesn't know, though. I want to point this out.
Oh, yeah, that's
Sometimes it's the critics that are. It's kind of 50-50.
It was the critics last time that put smiley
Oh, the smiley
face and above half baked. They put it above
Oh.
half baked.
Yeah,
Goodness.
don't fucking remind me. Don't fucking remind me of that. That
It was the
heresy.
critics I remember.
I feel like I very rarely agree with the critics.
They don't know what
The
they don't
critic
know.
score.
They're paid not to know.
Well, are we just doing some like facts about this movie then?
Or are we getting into the old final thoughts?
I think
Well,
that's the last facts that I have.
Well, I want
and-
to read this one. According to Nick Swartzen, in the pot smoking scene, there's many pot smoking scenes, but Peter Dante was given fake weed. Peter then decided to get his own weed. So for each retake of that scene, he was lighting up real bong hits. He stated that Peter, after the takes, said he couldn't feel his legs and he needed to go to the hospital. So he was just like lighting up every single time.
Damn, I wish
He was
I
being
could get that high anymore.
he was just being true to his character.
Mm.
And also in every scene he gains one more ponytail in his hair.
Oh shit, I didn't really notice that.
Which we
Yeah.
completely glossed over. Like he starts like he's got his African friend to hook up to his lion. Then he
What
gets
was
a
his name?
chimp. Oh, I can't
Doctor
remember.
something, wasn't it?
Yeah, Dr. something.
Uh,
I haven't seen him
Shakula-
referenced on any.
Shakalu?
Dr. Shakalu. Yeah.
Shakalu.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hooks him up with a lion, then he hooks him up with a chimp, and then in the end he hooks him up with an elephant.
Oh,
And he's also the
chimpanzee-
hookup to his deer weed.
The chimpanzee is Harry the Chimp. If anybody wants to know.
Harry the Chimp.
What are his other credits?
Just being a chimp.
He doesn't have a Wikipedia page, unfortunately.
That's
Aw,
a
damn.
crime.
Has he now? And we don't know if what happened to this chimp. Did he get too aggressive one time and then had to be put down? Is what
No, I don't want to make this a sad review.
So
This
dark.
is his only credit. This is his only credit.
I was saying Travis the chimp's mother was an acting chimp too, and then she went on like a whole like car
A
ride
a
spree
rampage?
Yeah, and then got shot.
No. Why did we make this review sad?
Because you gotta look out for these chimp actors, man.
I agree.
Poor
I don't
chimp
think
actors.
we should even use real chimps. Like I
Oh
don't.
no, not at all.
We
Yeah,
shouldn't. I mean, the
they-
CGI
they-
looks
Oh.
bad, but I'd rather have it. I'd rather
They-
have the bad
They
CGI.
didn't even need to
Just
do the
off Andy
CGI.
Serkis every time.
They could have totally
I just wanna
faked
know if it
it like
ripped
they did
anybody's
with the
face off.
lion.
I mean, they also faked the chimp when he's like flying down the stairs to attack.
Yeah. Yeah, at least they didn't just chuck a chimp down the fucking stairs.
I think
Or
we
did
should.
they?
I think we should leave chimps alone. I don't think they should be actors.
Yeah, they shouldn't be anywhere near people. Honestly.
Leave
Unless
them
they
be.
need to, unless they can't survive in the wild. That's usually because of us.
We don't know that Harry the chimp has ever committed any crimes. We don't know that he was assassinated. We don't know it. This is all speculation. I don't believe that this
there
is
is
true.
there is no confirmation whatsoever.
He could just be with Peter Dante smoking to this day. We don't know.
We don't know.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not.
No, he
We-
was made too powerful teaching them karate.
Which I also did like the through line of like everyone who smoked that weed thought they had antlers. The deer
Oh
weed.
yeah.
And
That's
Mr.
probably one of my
Cheezel-
favorite jokes.
Mr. Cheezel also had a dream that he was an elk.
Oh yes. I didn't make that connection.
See, these
That's
are
what
the
I-
scenes that when I think about this movie, I think about this stuff. I don't think about like the main plot. I think about like all this like side business. This is what makes the movie a gem.
Yes.
Again, like I've pretty much explained it throughout the review. It just before all the it's been like I don't want to know what like 6 or 7 years now. It's just like every day it's like, oh, another game company has sexually assaulted an employee, and what did they do? Oh, they moved her to they demoted the victim and moved her to another department. Okay.
And they
Another
shot her chimpanzee.
Then they shot him right in the chimpanzee
And
right in the
then-
goddamn head.
And then
Point
the
blank.
next week, you hear, oh, somebody stole the breast milk out of the
Oh,
feeding.
yeah.
Oh, it's
I bet it was Jonah Hill.
and it's oh some. It's just awful news after awful news. It's like, hey, they're laying off 500 employees, and hey, somebody got fired because they wanted to sleep an extra hour during crunch, and it's a terrible, just awful industry that I hate
Sure.
seeing glorified. To I know
Sure,
they-
but this was
it's still
also in
disgusting. In a way.
2006.
It was even worse then. It was even.
I'm not
worse.
saying it wasn't worse. I'm just saying like we didn't have all this. The public didn't have all this knowledge then.
Yeah, I'm
We
just
didn't
saying,
know.
in today's light, this movie, I gotta put some things away to watch it. You know, it's
Mhm.
because
It's still not as bad as Waiting.
I haven't seen we
But
we keep saying we're gonna have to.
It's got to
watch
go
it.
on the list now.
they're,
I feel
they're on
like y'all would
par.
be
They're
more
both-
disgusted. More disgusted.
They're both not as bad as Good Burger 2.
True.
On
Nothing-
that, we can
yeah.
all agree.
I would unfortunately rather watch Waiting, which is saying a lot, than Good Burger 2. Who
Yeah.
Linda Cardellini was in Good Burger 1.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
The crazy girl.
Oh wait, I have seen Waiting. Never mind.
oh yeah.
She was
Yeah,
not
same way.
waiting.
It's got Ryan Reynolds in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh.
couldn't stand Ryan Reynolds for the long.
Early
I
Ryan
couldn't.
Reynolds.
I couldn't stand Ryan Reynolds before Deadpool because of movies like Waiting, and what is it, Van Wilder or whatever that movie was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a
I-
big one.
I'm gonna say Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool, having to be Deadpool for the rest of his life changed him. He's got to be Dead. Like
True.
even outside of acting, he has to be Deadpool.
Okay, but all right. You know what? This is a side tangent, but I think it has to be said. The public made him that way. He was doing dramatic movies and stuff that were really good, and nobody watched them. They wanted more Van Wilder, and so he just became this like Deadpool persona, and now he's stuck there. That's what he is now.
Now-
He lives it.
Where
That
does
and
the
he
where
makes-
does the Green Lantern fall in this?
Well, he acknowledges
Don't
Green Lantern. is
Acknowledge that movie. I don't think that movie is real,
bad. And you
and
forget
there's nothing.
in Deadpool 2, Deadpool went back in time and stopped Ryan Reynolds from submitting that script.
True, that's canon, so it didn't happen.
Yeah.
What Green Lantern?
Exactly.
I don't know what that is.
Time
Nope.
crimes. But yeah, if he
So
But yeah.
didn't
going into it,
if he didn't, yeah, I guess we can get it. My last thing on Ryan Reynolds, if he didn't do Deadpool so well, he wouldn't be stuck in he just makes sure that it's handled with the most respect than all the other superhero shit that comes
I mean,
out.
he's like America's golden boy now.
Like-
A lot of sins were forgiven.
Mhm.
He's best friends with Mac from Always Sunny as well.
I mean,
They own a
that's
soccer
great.
team.
Precious.
But yeah,
His wife Blake Lively is best friends with Taylor Swift. I mean, they got it going.
They seem like nice people.
They're just like us, okay? They're down to earth.
I'd have a hot dog with them, wouldn't I?
All right, so I think we can get into final thoughts.
Let's do it.
So who
Who wants to go first? I don't want to go first because mine's gonna be the highest, and then everyone's gonna get like worse and worse, and then we're gonna end on a low note.
Which is why
And
I
then
don't want to go first.
Spooge is gonna be
because
like,
I don't
"Chimps
want
are
to be the one to
shot."
end on the low.
So who's going first? Spooge. What about you?
Yeah, I'll give my quick thing. I think it's a classic. I mean, I definitely kind of grew up on this movie. But you know,
Possibly because of me.
yes. And I mean, it's stupid. It's not like
It's a Happy
Like-
Madison film.
it's a Happy Madison film. Yes, it's a Happy Madison film, and it's definitely up there with like it's better than some of the even Adam Sandler ones. I like this better than fucking Little Nicky, for sure.
I fully agree. I am not a
Really?
fan of Little Nicky.
Yeah,
I just
well,
like
I
tried
it
to like
grates
but-
on me.
The
It grates.
voice. He had to do the fucking voice.
That movie seems way longer than it is. That movie seems like it's like 2.5 hours long.
Oh yeah.
And
But this one,
it starts so promising, and then it just
yeah.
like this is not about
I
Little Nicky.
enjoy Little Nicky though because I have to point out Quentin Tarantino.
Oh,
Little
yeah.
Nicky has some great aspects to it.
Mhm.
It should be a funnier movie than it is.
Mhm. But it's weakened by its lead, which this one's weakened by its lead, but not as much. Like at least like the concept of him in this movie is kind of annoying, but he's easy to ignore, and like he
Yeah, and
plays his part.
he gets a few good lines in. Like he's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
the
just-
worst.
yeah,
It's just,
yeah.
he's incredibly unbelievable as like the lead sexy man.
Yes. But this one actually goes by real quick too. Like this
It
feels
does.
like a breeze. You know, that's why that's why we just double featured it because it went by so quick with Dodgeball. But it does its job as a stoner movie. It kept me giggling. I give it a 4.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, now we need a negative review.
Oh, I
Who's
am
taking
coming out.
All right, come on, Omi.
All right. So, yeah, I don't agree that this is better than Adam Sandler movies. This feels like
I only
Adam
said him. I
Sandler.
only said Little Nicky, not other ones. Like
That's fair.
this doesn't beat Waterboy.
What about Pixels?
Now, I was gonna say,
I never
now
watched
is
that.
Little Nicky like your bottom for Sandler, like over Jack and Jill?
I haven't watched Jack and Jill. I mean, like I
Oh,
assume
don't
that
do it.
Jack and Jill's worse.
we
So this
Are we
movie
gonna-
just felt
are
like
we really
they
gonna
were-
are we really gonna talk about Jack and Jill? Are we gonna?
not tonight. We're not doing it. That's a whole
No.
nother podcast. Yeah. This movie just felt like they were like, wow, like Rob Schneider got The Animal and that Gigolo movie, and David Spade got Joe Dirt. When am I going to get my thing? And Adam Sandler was just like, okay, I'll fund it. Whatever you want to do, we'll put all of our friends in it. Just do the same jokes. It'll land. And they don't. There's not a
Well.
single part of this movie that's good. I'm
The-
sorry. Like,
Subjective. That's subjective. I
what's
think it
crazy is
landed.
that I remember loving this when it came out. I remember watching it at your house, Murda.
That doesn't surprise me.
And we were all laughing so much. And I watched it this time and I was just like, what the fuck was wrong with me? And I realized it was the
We're-
weed cookies. But
Yeah. I was about to say, were you high though? Watching this movie. This movie should be
Not
watched
this
high.
time.
This is recommended to watch this movie high.
you know what? I'll second that because this time I watched it sober. And yeah, it's not as bad as Good Burger 2. That's just like a 2. Like I'm giving
Okay.
it a 2.
Really?
Disappointing,
Okay.
but okay.
Whoa!
I'm sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta go after that one. I have to go
Okay.
after that. I can't believe I gotta actually defend this movie. Whoa, a 2. Okay.
I want to hear it. I want to
You
hear
brought
some
it-
defending of
see-
this movie. That's not me.
He brought up Jack and Jill. You
Omi,
So-
are you saying you like Jack and Jill better
And Good Burger 2, yes.
than Jack and Jill
But
better than this
what-
movie? Than
what?
Grandma's
No,
Boy.
I
No,
would say
no, I
they're
No,
on par
no,
for
no.
me.
Jack and Jill is not
100%.
better than Good Burger 2. I will watch Good Burger 2 over Jack and Jill.
Now
all
you're
day long.
defending Good Burger 2? What's wrong with you? What is this?
Cable
This
Chino.
kangaroo court.
Kangaroo
court.
Chino.
I will also agree that I would rather watch. No, I don't know what you said, but I'd rather watch Jack and Jill than Good Burger 2.
Oh, no, I would never. I would no.
I think
if-
it'd be more entertaining of how bad it is.
More
compared to
entertaining,
Good
yes.
Burger,
the
too.
movie that turned Al Pacino into a whore will never get a pass. Never. Fucking never.
He's got to fund them little fucking babies he's having at 80 years old.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous.
There is no fucking excuse for it's just as bad as Power Rangers 2016 having goddamn Rita Repulsa eating a fucking Krispy Kreme donut for 2 fucking minutes.
I've never seen that movie, but
Neither
I
have
do like Krispy Kreme better than Dunkin'.
and I
All I
would
remember
eat it for
from-
2 minutes.
All I remember from that movie was that it.
I don't
they
think I've
implied that one of
ever
the Power
eaten a-
Rangers.
I've never eaten a
checked out
Krispy Kreme in
Yes,
over 2 minutes. They don't last that long.
The Power Rangers 26. All you need to know about Power Rangers 2016 is it starts off with Jason jerking off a bull.
But is it in the best masturbation scenes on Mojo?
No,
It's number
they don't
10.
show it. 'Cause they don't have balls.
Damn.
No, they just
Damn.
they just go, I just milked this cow, and then they go, dude, this is a dude cow. Haha, isn't that so funny?
But
what about
anyway,
milk?
so final thoughts on Grandma's Boy
I'm gonna
specifically.
give it a solid 5 out of 5.
Hell yeah, bitch!
Like
How
I, have to
in
give-
the
I was gonna give it a 4,
fuck?
but after that
What?
2.5 and saying that Jack and Jill is no, it's
So are
just-
you saying you don't want to come over to watch Jack and Jill with me and wear our matching
I mean,
Jack and
that
Jill
sounds-
t-shirts?
That sounds fun. And then we
It does
could
sound
actually we
I'd
can
be
eat some,
Jill
we can eat some weed cookies and rewatch this movie, and I think you'll
and
see it in a
possibly some
better light.
Krispy Kreme since we're just attacking them for no reason.
Oh,
I
Krispy
never
Kreme
slandered
ruined
Krispy
Power
Kreme.
Rangers. Krispy Kreme is one of the reasons why Power Rangers was ruined. Let's not get into that.
Really, not cow masturbation. We're just gonna go right after Krispy Kreme.
Did he
whole-
use a Krispy
the-
Kreme donut in the masturbation?
Oh, that's a crime.
They made the Zeo crystal be underneath a Krispy Kreme, and they say Krispy Kreme like a million fucking times, and the whole plot is based around Krispy Kreme donuts. Fuck.
I'm not gonna lie to you. You're selling the fuck out of this movie.
I mean, you're just making me want
I
Krispy
really
Kremes.
want to watch it now.
If you want to watch Optimus Prime fight a golden blob that's supposed to be Goldar, go right ahead. Because that's what you're gonna get.
So a 5 out of 5 for Grandma's Boy.
Yeah,
Which is
I
great
mean,
because that is actually higher than the rating that the biggest defender of this movie is going to give it.
Hey, great. That's great. Because I'm going to say the glorification can totally be looked at like the writers definitely didn't fucking know. Like they probably barely even know about video games. Like they probably like barely like heavily basing off what they can see in like interviews and behind the scene footages that's on the internet that they could find at the time, which was probably super scarce, and the products that they had, just like they have Metal Gears, they have video games that don't even appear on the fucking console they're making on the wall and shit
There
like
was
that. It's-
one, like, in the background, there was a poster for a video game called Phaedrian's Quest, but it looked like a Leisure Suit Larry, like, a poster, and I was so baffled by it. Did anyone else see that?
The fact that his name's
I think
Phaedrian.
Spooge saw the, like, Leisure Suit Larry, like, poster.
Oh yeah, but it was, I remember the face was kind of fucked.
Yeah, the face was like he had like some like dilated drug eyes. And it was called Phaedrian's Quest, and I couldn't
Phage.
find out why. Because I definitely looked it up and was like, what the fuck?
Where did they pull that name?
But
I don't
yeah,
know.
to get back to
Phaedrus.
my final thoughts. Um, it's a January movie. It's yeah. That's all I had to hear. This is top tier when it comes to like this. Definitely shouldn't. They should have gave this movie a chance. Because the comedic timing is on point. There's not really any lines that I'm like, oh, they could remove that. There's some lines that I don't find funny, but that's because it's my sense of humor. That's I again, I can get high and watch this multiple times. The nostalgia of this, of course, is a strong factor in it.
Oh, yeah.
The first time I watched this was with my best friend, and I remember him really, really wanting to watch the unrated version because he was under the impression that we were going to see Jonah Hill actually
Oh my god.
suck a titty for 24 hours.
Like he would sit there and watch that for a full 24 hours straight.
He was so ecstatic when we got the unrated version and immediately heartbroken when he realized there's no way that they would have fit that on one disc DVD. There's no way.
Man,
Release the 24-hour titty suck cut.
That,
broke that boy's heart.
but that, I mean, he was so excited because I had to go to the store with him and everything to buy it. So there was this whole like adventure that he was drumming up. Like he was so excited to watch it because we've already watched it one time in the theaters, and he was so
Do
excited.
I know this friend?
I've talked about him several times. He's a
Okay,
very he
but I
was
never
my
met him.
best. He was my second best friend in childhood.
Okay, yeah. I remember that. Yeah, that guy was a weirdo.
So yeah, that and so yeah, that just I got to give it the soundtrack is fucking amazing. Like there's no song where I was like, oh, that's not a good song. That doesn't fit. Every actor is great. There's nobody that I wouldn't want in this. Everybody plays their role like they're supposed to. Even I know everybody's saying the lead role is weak, but I just think it's we're not attracted to him.
That's true.
I think the attraction's just not there.
I don't so much find him weak as I just don't find it believable that he would be the main attraction.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had some funny parts.
Definitely, out of all the people, I feel Samantha would be attracted to Dante.
True.
But yeah, 5 out of 5 for me. I guess I'm
Hell yeah,
rated.
love that shit. I love that shit. Well, I guess it's me then. I I will land on a 4.5. And I totally acknowledge that is from my personal nostalgia. I don't know that this movie particularly like critically deserves that high, but my enjoyment of this movie is a 4.5. And sometimes it's like a god tier enjoyment in the right context, such as weed cookies that are super strong. Um, my only like the only things that make me cringe in this movie is the lead romance. It just like it that is the only thing that detracts from the movie for me, and I wish it wasn't in there. But like everything else to me is golden. Like all the background and like side characters are the best. Like we get the best stoner character in Dante. Like I feel like yeah, like there's it's a happy mat. I don't know that the jokes are recycled to me, but I mean they're definitely in Happy Madison fashion for sure. Um but this is one of my favorite like stoner characters is Dante of like all movies. One of them. Mr. Cheezel, like I could use more Mr. Cheezel in this movie. Could use more Shiloh in this movie. I think the grandma and her friends are great. Like Grace is sassy and like she's getting those one-liners just roasting Alex all the time. And I enjoy it. This also like it made me kind of want to live with him because like there's always some dank ass food. But I mean, I don't want to clean up dead cats from their couch, so
Oh yeah, yeah. They're gonna put you to work.
we also totally glossed over like the prank his grandma plays on him, which is like amazing. Of like so he moves in to the room that is now free because their other roommate Sophie has died in the room, and like the first night that he moves in, she just like totally like fucks him up by pretending to be the ghost of Sophie, like in a terrifying way that like super landed for me. I think it's great. That made me just cackle. Like everybody's performances in this movie, besides poor Linda Cardellini, but it's not her fault. It's just the writing.
Yeah.
Just the writing. She did what she could. But I have so many quotes from this movie like constantly in my head, just kind of playing in the vast
You really
sound
can't give it
bites.
that half a point. It really sounds like you want to give it that half a point.
I
Sounds
just
like
I
you're taking
can't
away
I I just can't ignore how bad the main romance is. I just can't ignore it. It's painful. It is the
Yeah.
biggest flaw. It is almost a crack. It's not quite a crack, but it's a flaw you can see in this gem.
So
And it's
you're saying
uncomfortable.
you couldn't rewatch this right away. You have to.
Oh,
give it
I'm
a
not
prolong-
saying that.
Okay.
No, I could watch this right away. I could watch
I,
this.
I say you should.
I
give
think
it
what
half
she's
a
saying
point,
is half
but-
baked. Half baked is still better.
Yeah, Half Baked doesn't like have a main romance that's making me like want to die a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. If you're gonna,
I don't need-
pull
I don't
that
need-
on me. You're gonna pull that on me. I understand. I understand.
Hey, I didn't think it would be you would rate it as high, and I very much appreciate it. I'm just being real here. I mean, my enjoyment of this movie, like I can rewatch this movie like multiple times a year. I'm good. This is one of my favorite like stoner movies to watch, and I watch it every chance. And I was waiting until you guys watch this movie for the reviews. But I just, we got to be real. There's some things I just cannot ignore. And that romance is one of them.
Gotcha. I was just trying not to be alone, but I'll be alone.
You're not alone. I mean, we got a 4, we got a 4.5, and we got a 5. There's clearly
got a 2.
one
You,
wrong person in this review.
Omi is alone.
oh yeah. Oh,
Omi
yeah.
is the one that's alone.
Omi's just completely
I will
dead.
die on this hill. I will die on this hill. And you guys in the remnants of Blockbuster can love this movie all you want.
Thank you.
I will steal this movie from Blockbuster
I am
any day.
definitely a Blockbuster kid. You had to make me sad.
That made you sad. Killing chimps.
Maybe the chimp got shot in the last Blockbuster that was open.
It's still
I believe
open.
it.
It's still open, thankfully.
Oh, it's still
I'm just-
there.
Yeah, you
I'm
can
just
Maybe
saying,
that
look-
maybe
That's-
Harry the Chimp works there.
That's what's keeping
in that
it
last
alive.
Blockbuster.
It's a franchise blockbuster, and it's touting it's living on the fact that it's the last Blockbuster. A lot of
But
people
hell yeah,
literally-
four out of five. 4 out of 5. I gotta be true to myself, and if it deserves a half a point knocked off, I just can't ignore that.
Cool.
True.
Gotcha. I understand. All right, is
That was just
that it? Have we done it?
I think we've done
so.
it.
Is this part where I go, hey, the outro? Do I do the outro now?
Yeah.
Hey, thank you so much. If you've been listening to us ramble this long, please leave a like, comment what you think in the comment section below, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. And this is where I go. Does everybody have a sign off? It's been a second, so I'm a little rusty.
I mean, I gotta go with a Dante line. I'll smoke it with you, bro. We'll go to the loony bin together. I don't give a fuck.
Slide.
Omi, you got anything?
Oh, I do. Is it me next?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me think. What's a good one? Oh, I got one. Burn this. That's actually a line from Jack and Jill, not from Grandma's Boy.
I will
But I
not
think it
burn
works.
Grandma's boy.
That's
I
gonna
refuse.
be Jack and Jill's gonna
That's
be
from Al Pacino.
Alright, so Spooge, you got one?
You know what? Give me no.
Alright.
Fucking bullet. There you go.
There you
Thank
go.
Your boy. And remember to tell your kids, cats die, music fades, art is for keeps. And go hell Henry Zabrowski, you motherfuckers. This
And
will be
chimps
a
also
bye-bye.
die. Bye-bye.
That's sad.
We'll go depress, eat a bunch of Krispy Kreme now.
There's only 2 Krispy Kremes in Colorado, I think. One is on my work route.
I haven't even seen any in
Because
Michigan since I've
Colorado
moved.
knows what's up.
Man, Krispy Kreme donuts are good though.
Yeah,
Krispy Kreme.
the
I kind of had to learn to like
Raspberry
them, but they're not my
Power
favorite.
Rangers. If it wasn't for Krispy Kreme, Power Rangers would have never fucking 2016 Power Rangers would have never happened, and Jason would have never jerked off a bull.
To me-
and bullshit.
To me, that seems like the movie was gonna happen and they just needed that cash cow. It didn't matter who, it could have been anybody.
Yeah, it
Then
could have
I
been
could
Burger
have
King.
directed my anger to that person, but it was Krispy Kreme donuts, so I'm gonna direct my anger to Krispy Kreme donuts.
Those vanilla cream filled ones with the chocolate on top, you give them like 8 seconds in the microwave.
I can
That's
get
the
those
shit
from
right
Dunkin'
there.
Donuts just fine.
No, they don't. No.
But what about the
You cannot.
Dunkin'
You cannot get them from Dunkin' Donuts. They do not taste the same. They don't taste as good.
Isn't the Dunkin' from Dunkin' Donuts?
Dunkin' Donuts is
Yeah.
fucking
We are
atrocious.
not going
Their
to
fucking coffee
mention-
sucks.
Oh my god. Okay.
Their coffee sucks. Their donuts are just very mid. All of their food
Okay,
sucks.
I just want to say I don't care for Dunkin' Donuts or Krispy Kreme donuts. to
Their
be
coffee's too sweet.
honest. But if I'm going to have to eat donuts, I'm going
Krispy
to Dunkin'
Kreme.
Donuts, and nobody's
Wow.
gonna fucking mention the Dunkin' Chino.
This is
There's also other donut places.
this is your
there are.
5-star rating by the way. This guy, this Dunkin' Donuts eater.
All right, so are we
I miss
think-
you guys.
are we gonna are we gonna end this now?
Yeah, we're,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
done.
We should. I need to go to bed.
Bye bye.
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 Adios, turd nuggets.